Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. Delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe, through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on back then in your life? It may give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is someone that would be in a profession that uses his thoughts and words. So this energy quite often can represent someone who is in politics. So if they're in politics, and because they're a king, they would be high up. They might even be a prime minister, a president, an actual king, that kind of energy, or someone at least in the federal government and a minister of the government, or someone who's in the Senate, that kind of energy. If it's matters of law, if he's a lawyer, it would be someone that is a partner in a well-known, prestigious law firm. This energy can also represent someone who's an influencer, someone who speaks for a living. It could be someone who is a best-selling author, that kind of energy, a surgeon. So the King of Swords is very much aware that words, whether or not they are verbalized or if they are written, have the power to either uplift people, or they can also be used as weapons. Talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words. And the sword is double-edged. So this can also be talking about discipline of the mind, and using your intuition as well as your logic to come to solutions, for creative solutions. We have the card of victory here. And this card represents someone who has been through some sort of battle. Like this battle could be, just more like vying for a promotion with other workers. It could be the energy of actually, winning at a sport. You could have actually, like these days, be in a battle with someone, that kind of energy. So these people in the background, some of them begrudgingly are recognizing this person as a leader, and some are just really happy that this person is a leader. The reason why you're victorious is because you have learned to rein in your emotions and control your emotions. And it's talking about this discipline of the mind. These wands represent the fire, the element of fire, and they represent action being taken. Action or inaction, depending. Now here is the star. The star is someone that is bringing their, a star is a star. So this is saying you're a star, a victorious star, and at the top of your profession at the same time. This is talking about bringing your own special qualities down to earth, and you have your foot dipped in the universal waters here, giving your own, you have two vessels here, and so you are mixing your own special qualities that you bring down to the earth from the heavens and pour that onto the earth. And so this is, there's 5 streams here. So this represents the pentacles, the points of the star. And so this energy here is your North Star. So when you're following the North Star, you are on your destined path. And the other stars here represent the Pleiades. We have the Empress. So the Empress represents someone who's very, very good at manifesting. And this is someone like the Empress is all 4 queens. She has all the qualities of all 4 queens from the minor arcana rolled into one person. So like that means like she is like sexy and a natural beauty, and uses her intuition and logic for creative solutions. with a sunny disposition, basically. That's the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords. She has learned the art of discernment. She's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and doesn't put up with any bullshit anymore. We have the Queen of Pentacles, who's known to be very resourceful and steady, and prefers quality over quantity. And we have also the Queen of Cups, who is an unconditional, full of unconditional love, and is someone that is loves is all about love. She loves her family, she loves her partner, she loves her children, the neighbors. She's just a very loving person. Now the Empress, to reach this status in tarot, it talks about having to have enough life experience to get here, basically. But she, this wheat at her feet is representing her ability to manifest at a high level. And so she plans, when she's planting the crop, she plans which field and, prepares the soil and gets everything ready. And then she plants the seed, and she just allows nature to take its course after that. She doesn't worry about it. She knows that nature will grow her a really good crop, and so it does. And she is considered to be pregnant with possibilities, and sometimes this can even represent someone who is actually pregnant. We have the Ten of Cups, and so the Ten of Cups is talking about ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. And so this is, having everything that you want in your life, like the partner that you love, the children that you love, the home that you love, and the place that you love, and, the neighbors you love, and you love your career, and your partner loves their career, and you love your clients, and they love you. It's that kind of energy. As perfect a life as you can have in this imperfect world. Whoops, I grabbed two cards here. So we have here, interesting though, because for some reason, see this energy here, the sword energy is coming in here. And so it says that you've been victorious from battle, that you understand you're a star, and that you are at Empress status and have this fulfilling life. Yet you're looking for some calm in your life. So something is going on. This rough water here represents volatile emotions and sometimes chaotic living. And this is sometimes what happens here is this represents an adult with this young child, represents someone who is doing their best to heal their inner child. So it's about kind of parking the swords and just going off to calmer waters with God. This conveyor of the boat has to dig deep with this rod to be able to move it forward. And so this is talking about having to really dig deep to be able to do this healing. And it looks like it might be, these two swords might be regarding a relationship or something. Let's see. Okay, so we have Two Pentacles here. So the Two of Pentacles represents someone who's multitasking, very busy. This represents, the infinity symbol, like how busy, being really busy can create more busy, and you can gain momentum. And the danger of too much multitasking is when you start multitasking so much that you have quantity rather than quality work. Then you have to go back and do something twice, and so it kind of defeats the purpose. This card can also talk about someone, it says juggle your options but never juggle your morals. And I feel like there could have been some juggling, like maybe this is what the Empress thought she had, and now she's found something out about her partner. We don't know quite what that is as of yet. And this energy is talking about possibly juggling morals. So, and it's not just about love, because it's also talking about juggling pentacles. So pentacles could be, that you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So this energy could be that kind of energy. Let's see some more here. Okay, so the world card is coming in, and the world is saying that you've reached the end of this cycle, whatever this is. I feel this energy, this row here, and maybe some sort of truth is coming in now. Because the world card represents when the Fool goes on their journey, they start at the 0 point, and the last card on their journey on that cycle would be the World, and that means you've achieved all you can in this cycle. And it's time to start a new cycle, basically. We have an Emperor here. So the Emperor, so we have an Emperor and an Empress, and this is coming in now after this cycle is over, where she thought she had what she had, but clearly someone was juggling morals and it wasn't. This energy here can quite often represent a divorce lawyer if it's a situation where there was juggling of morals. And it could say this marriage ended in divorce, and now, you know, this is the end of that cycle. You've achieved all you can with this person, and it's time to move forward. And now maybe the Emperor has been like, hey, hey, Empress, what are you up to, kind of energy. So the Emperor, like the Empress, is all 4 kings rolled into one person. And basically the king of... you know, this is an alpha male, like at the alpha male energy. And this is someone who's all about performance. So it's talking about whatever he does, he's at the top of his game. And he's wearing his armor under his robe here because he is ready to take on any opportunity or, you know, go do what he needs to be a leader. And so this energy... we're talking about, you know, all 4 kings rolled into one. So he's someone that's highly admired for his business acumen, and you know, that people might go to for advice. He's considered very intelligent and has a very sharp mind, and is able to bring his thoughts into the physical matter, like with, you know, in the 3D world. So living a good lifestyle and having a good understanding, as I said, of business. Then he's also a stable person for love because he is emotionally available. He's learned to control his emotions, and that makes him more emotionally available and a stable companion as well as lover. And then he also has the passion, you know, and the desire to travel and have fun and do new things, that kind of energy. So I feel like all of a sudden now the Emperor has noticed this Empress. And maybe the former partner here just didn't see her as an Empress, you know? And didn't, like, she felt like that they had everything, but her partner clearly didn't if they were out and about. And yes, there is a transition coming in. Again, it's saying a transition. So a lot of people panic when they see this card. It could, you know, I was picking up this energy when I said that this could be a surgeon. I'm almost wondering if this isn't someone who's widowed, that maybe her partner became very ill, and, you know, that's why this cycle is over. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up. I feel like she had everything and everything was going well, but then this energy came in and it was like very challenging. And yeah, and this is like, you know, the struggle between living and dying, basically. This card rarely means an actual physical death. It means a transition, so death and rebirth. But in this, I was picking that up right away from the very beginning of this reading. I didn't really want to say it because I wanted to have some sort of some indication. It could be that, or it could just be the end of a cycle because of morals being juggled. But I'm leaning towards my first thought when this reading came in. I've never, this is the first time in probably, I don't know, I've done about 500 readings in the last 3 months where this would actually be physical, like where someone was widowed or, you know, because of this energy. Having said that, we're going through a lot of transition on the planet at this time as I'm doing this reading. And this can talk about systems being broken down, and a lot of partnerships and commitments and marriages and that kind of energy are falling to the wayside because of this energy. So just take it how it is for you. If this energy is the energy, this you would already know, because this would have already happened. This is saying that the cycle is over and a new one's begun. And so this is talking like the Grim Reaper comes through on his horse. This person is an older person and she's negotiating, you know, I don't want the change, you know. And the Grim Reaper is like, well, change is the only constant, and that's what's happening. This is talking about the light at the end of the tunnel. And this is talking about these two little children here. One is offering a flower to the Grim Reaper, and this is about the bloom of new life and rebirth, you know, of a cycle. So it's talking about when the Emperor comes in, I feel like the Empress now is on a new cycle with the Emperor. And then we have some information coming in about the Pentacle energy. So this could be, you know, this is lifestyle. So this is talking about the pages would work for the king and queen generally from around the age of 7 to 14 they would start. And they would be from the surrounding area, like families that were upper class families, well educated, that kind of energy. And they would work for the king and queen, and mainly they would deliver communication within the palace walls between people. And they would also do small tasks. And then as they got older, if they were still there and they were doing a good job, they could be considered for knighthood when they were 21, so long as they could afford a horse. And so the pages represent communication coming in. And this communication is talking about, like, the pentacle represents health, wealth, happiness. It represents your 3D world, basically, but most of all, what it represents is lifestyle. Because you could have all the money in the world, but not be living the lifestyle you want. And that's kind of been represented here. I feel like that the Empress, before the relationship she was in, they had it all, and then it was over. And then now she's, the Emperor and the Empress have met, and I feel like they are now starting a new lifestyle together. So it's talking about another cycle starting after the old. She had to go and confer with God for some time and do a lot of healing. And then, and I'm also getting that okay, so we're just gonna look from the bottom up to the top and back down. So this being the past would be overcoming a battle, you know, and ending this cycle I feel like it's a cycle of grief. And then, yeah, like when I say the word grief, I just felt like crying, like it was just real sad energy. And then the Emperor comes in and changes her lifestyle, and they're on a rebirth here. This is talking about going off to calmer waters with God to heal, so that you can have this happiness and this perfect, you know, perfectly imperfect life again, you know, and another cycle as an Empress with the Emperor this time. And this is talking about having those special qualities. And I feel like this is juggling time more than anything. Yeah, this is kind of I feel really emotional with this reading. So what's happening here is, you know, it's an energy of having to move on even when you don't want to, kind of energy. Due to health reasons, I feel. So in any case, I am. This is, you know, the reading for those of you who want to get off here. I do hope you have received value from this. Please do like and comment if you have. It does help me build my channel, and consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. If you're wanting more clarification, we're going to clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And this is something I started in 2007, and in 2020, I completed the 64th painting. And now I'm getting ready to bring the deck out. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings in the order that they appear in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. In the description box below, I will put the numbers of the cards as they appear in the order they appear in this reading. So if you want to go to the website after and check out the paintings, it might give you further clarity. So I have, whoops, I almost grabbed two. The Tower, yeah. So the Tower energy is, of course, when there's a reality check and something happens unexpectedly and causes like an ending, basically, and that's what this is regarding. And it can represent divorce. It could, like, that could be what this is about. But I also feel that for some of you, it may be this energy. And so the worst divorce is from source, basically. So if you go, if that kind of energy happens, then, then you need to be able to go to the Most High for healing. Then you'll have the courage, and here we have it, the courage to be able to move forward, the strength to be able to still, maybe you have children or whatever, and you have to stay strong and be a leader of the family. There is a disruption here. What's fun for some is not fun for everyone. So this could actually mean that, this could be, it's talking, this energy is also, I feel like it can be that there was some sort of, for some of you, it could be just, getting a divorce because of some infidelity and morals being juggled. But for someone out there, I feel it's more the other story. And so we have the Sagittarius energy coming in, and this is about world travel. And it's talking about, expansion versus contraction. This is talking about having that happy-go-lucky energy and then having it contract. So the universe and the earth is constantly expanding and then contracting and expanding and contracting. And that's how life is. So this is, when the signs come in like this, I want it to be clear that in a general collective reading like this, I'm not talking about a specific person, although you may find that in this reading, that, oh no, this is a Sagittarius, I know who you're talking about. That could be very true for you, but that's not my intention, is to indicate a particular person. I'm more interested in looking at where are we at in the energy, like each sign has its own special quality, and we all have that a little bit of each sign in us, or most of the signs in us, and that depends on your birth chart. So but this is talking about the expansion and the contraction of life, basically. Sometimes things are like expanding and we have all these opportunities and everything's going so well, and then sometimes it all comes together and we're kind of in a period of contraction. So we have a judgment coming in. And this is the judgment from the cosmic heart. This is God's judgment. And God's judgment is love, basically. God is the only one that can properly judge anyone, because God's the only one that knows what people have gone through. So I feel like this is, I'm saying, if it's that first case scenario where someone was widowed, that the partner now is with God, and that they are on the other side, healing with God, basically the same energy. We have, for some, it is deception. So it's talking about, yes, this is not for everyone, but this is for someone. And so just wanting to extend, a big energetic hug and a lot of love and prayers for your healing in this journey, if this is where you're at. Either way, but in particular, just I'm picking up, there definitely is someone out there that needed to have this acknowledged on some level. And it's kind of interesting because it's coming up like anger. And that's one of the stages of grief. And I feel like maybe someone's feeling stuck in the angry stage. And it's really interesting because, anger is a karmic space. And so when we remain angry, what happens is we become very acidic. And, you know, it's the gift that keeps on giving. When you're angry and you don't let go of the anger, then it's passed down to your children and their children. It just goes from generation to generation. And so this is about healing from that anger. And then look at this, the Emperor comes in. So I feel like, yeah, once you heal from the anger and you open your heart back up again, that either way, whatever the story is, that if it was because of an illness or if it was because of juggling of morals, that this first marriage is over, that there's a new one waiting in the wings for you. And it's, you know, going to be a beautiful beautiful lifestyle as well. I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do give it a like and comment if you have, and consider subscribing. It would be my honor if you did so. I will be back with another reading about random shift for you soon. Bye for now.